Hello viewers, this is Jared from J-Rod Production Studios, and today I'm bringing you guys my first ever custom clone trooper video. This is of course based off of Battlefront 2, and I'm sure you guys have seen these sorts of videos, especially with the Battlefront 2 figures in the past. However, it came to my attention that nobody recently at least, or at least to my knowledge, has not done the Kamino Battlefront 2 figures. Of course, there's the Phase 1 in the game and the Phase 2. This is the Phase 1. I haven't seen anybody do it yet. So I just wanted to use a real few simple, easy techniques to go ahead and make these figures. And I want to go ahead and show you what I came up with. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at each figure here individually. In a real quick specification, I'd really like to get this out of the way. This is the officer, of course. I didn't really have the parts to make this one, so he should have that gray hat. Unfortunately, he does not, so this isn't completely accurate to the game, of course. He should have that hat on. The torso is a little bit different. I think there's a little bit of leg printing in the game. So this one is quite a bit different, so I apologize. I'll just go ahead and flip it around because there's really nothing special about this figure. So we're just going to go ahead and move on. And along those lines, I also would like to mention that the standard trooper, the assault class, is also the exact same. He just has the Clone Army Customs DC-15S blaster. And again, everything is all the same on him as well. So we're going to go ahead and pull him out of the way. But the first real customized figure I would like to go ahead and show you guys here is the Specialist class. And I think this one, using just a few cloth pieces and the macros, actually turned out pretty okay. There's also the Jetpack you see. We'll get to the back printing in a minute here. He doesn't really have that special of a rifle, not a CAC, not the actual accurate one to the game. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And that's a more accurate look at the figure in its entirety. You can see we have the macros that indeed flip up and down. I think that's pretty standard with the macros. That's also from CAC, along with the cloth piece that uses the strand of ammunition pouches right there that is stored ammunition for the rifle, of course, and that wraps all the way around his shoulder, and it connects down to the leg piece down there, so that just kind of stabilizes this, makes it so that the cloth isn't going to move out of the way. And from the back, he also indeed has the sort of Commander Jetpack, I think it's labeled as on CAC, but he has the accurate color to that. There's a little bit of a gold coloration on that in the actual game, and you can see that his cloth piece also carries around to the back as well. And on to the heavy class. This one might be a little bit of a letdown, to be honest with you, but there's just really not much detail you can put on this from the actual clone in the game. I think just these whole dimensions of the actual character that's playable in the game just can't really be put into Lego. You can add the blast comma or whatever you want, but it's not really going to show as much on the figure as it does in the game. So I tried to use the best CAC parts I could for this one. This is actually the CAC Commander Bakara, the little Commander Bakara strap that CAC makes for those specific troopers. He also has the sort of leg printing right there that uses a Wolfpack Trooper's leg printing. And he also has the blast comma that's just also officially released by Lego, nothing real special there. But that also continues over his shoulder, that whole cloth piece. And as far as his rifle goes, you can see that he has the DC-15 blaster rifle that you see him using during the actual game. And from the back, there's a better look at his backpack that has the Republic symbol. It doesn't have the actual cloth over it. I'm not going to cut a piece of cloth for that. That's way too expensive to try to buy like a $4 cloth piece just for that one little detail. Or even just make my own out of existing Lego parts. And also his blast comma is a lot more visible from the back, of course, as well. So yeah, there is a look at all 4 of the actual playable classes from the Kamino Phase 1 clone troopers in the game. There really isn't any coloration to them, so it's really hard to add some of the detail that you would expect to see there. But just using a few CAC parts, I think it turned out okay. The heavy could use a little work. I think the specialist is pretty accurate, and again, you can't really mess up the assault class, or really the officer that much, which of course I did actually. But yeah, that's really all I have for this one. Go ahead and let me know what you think of these, and I can actually go ahead and tell you if you want me, or if you want to ask what parts I used from CAC to make these. I'll go ahead and let you know. So pretty simple. So thank you all for watching. I can do more videos like this in the future if you want me to. However, I'll probably keep moving on with mocks pretty quickly here. Maybe even using these, hint hint, maybe Kamino. So yeah, thank you all for watching. May the force be with you, and as always, have a nice day.